Yes. Have you found the right candidate for our new matron? Of course you'd suggest Helmi. I'm just a bit concerned about her temper. If the moot goes Gurfhan's way, I'd rather that fire be directed at our enemies. Still, she's always been devoted. Maybe you're right. Maybe she does deserve this after all this time. I'll talk to her. If I can get a word in edgewise, and I remember my promise. I will attend the moot. There aren't many of us left. But it's time we reclaim our honor. Mother is with us again. And we'll make those Camelot dogs fear her wrath. And if this is the end of us, well, at least we'll fall as true Volker.
No. How would I? The tribes were our allies, but they commanded their own forces. The truth is, that war made monsters out of us all. The Four Dwellers weren't just any normal enemy. The way they looked, the way they wielded the weirdness. To many, they seemed almost godlike. I don't condone what the Volker did. But sadly, I understand it.
Hello there, and sorry I haven't much time for chatter, I'm afraid. I was just about to set off again. I don't like traveling after nightfall. Gods know what slithers in the dark. Weirdness. Now that one's got a cruel appetite. Chews up lives like bread crusts. So best keep moving, right? Oh, of course. In all this hurry, I forgot my manners. My name is Fillmore. But do not call me a lady. Though, my father would probably prefer it that way. Some knights aren't too fond of having a woman among them. Why? I suppose I thought it would make me count. People notice a knight. They move aside when you pass. I read that even among the Knights of the Round Table, there were few women. Percival, for example. Oh, what a wonderful life she must have had. Yes, he's a bit, overprotective. Especially when it comes to the family name and what people say. He never made it to the Round Table himself, so he pinned his hopes on my brothers. One ended up as a bodyguard, the other took priestly vows. That left him bitterly disappointed, and, well, he didn't have much belief left in a daughter, even if I've come much, much farther than they ever. Forlorn swords, but, if you don't mind, I'd rather keep the purpose of my journey to myself for now. I'd hate to jinx it, having come this far already. The road from Burrow to Connacht wasn't easy, and there's still much ahead. Yes, I heard they're not really friendly to outsiders, but I've no intention of getting in anyone's way. I'll keep to the paths that seem long forgotten. Besides, I'm not exactly searching for something most folk would care about anyway. Thank you. Safe travels, kind wanderer.
I think you lost your way. Turn back and be on your way. This is the village of the Sven tribe. Whatever you're looking for, you won't find it here. Then maybe you'll find something, especially since you have the seal and all. What's the message? I doubt the chieftain has time for that right now, but you could deliver the message if he even agrees to see it. The path is open, but don't stay too long.
You smell of change, outsider. Good. Change is what our tribe desperately needs. Some roots reach too deep, grow too vast, and end up ruining everything. Atli, I'm Glearna's apprentice. One day, I'm meant to take her place, if the need ever arises. I have a feeling I'm about to lose everything. My tribe, my past, myself. The Stagfather tainted everything. Even the one thing I hoped would always remind me of where I came from. I am. My father was Svein, and I was given a Svein name. But my mother was Thewd. She brought me here when I was still an infant, told Glearna it was because I deserved to live my life wide awake, whatever that means, and then she left. Never came back. Yes, it was a tree. When I was 6, Glearna took me to a clearing and gave me a seed. She said my mother brought it from the Thewd lands, so I'd have something to remember where I came from. She helped me plant it, holding my tiny hands. Said it would grow with me. It got twisted. It's all wrong now. I wanted to fix it, but I can't even get close. It keeps bearing monsters, and I'm no warrior, only Glearna's apprentice. I'm afraid those things will come here one day, and this village can't take any more. Really? You would? Here, I created a sigil, but it has to be written in blood on the bark. It should stop the corruption, and maybe I can still heal it. Thank you. This means the world to... Yes? In a way, she was never a mother to me, but she was there. She made me her apprentice. I could barely fit the pestle in my palm, and I was already crushing herbs, throwing them into potions. Glearna used to say my mother's blood was strong in me, that it made me the perfect success, though I doubt that will ever happen. I think she'll outlive Avalon itself. It's hard to truly believe in something once you know it exists, isn't it? Do I think he's worth worshipping? I'm a Svein, first and foremost. I understand better than most what the forest gives us, but I also know what it can take. It's hard to blame a god for following the call of his nature. Not really. Glearna told me she saw her coming in the fire. She saw my name in the ashes that were scattered by the wind all over the village. That's how she knew she couldn't turn my mother away, and that my place was among the Svein. The wind's picking up. You should go before the mist rolls in. A stranger in my shop, eh? It should be closed after everything that... I just happen to feel safest in this place. So if you want to buy something, I suppose I can trade. That's right, all crafted by my own hands. Don't look so surprised. Back in my day, it was nothing out of the ordinary. Everyone in the tribe had to know how to stitch leather, forge knives, and identify herbs. Survival basics. I've got more goods than there are people left in this village. And who knows what Barlam will decide after all this Stagfather mess we're in. Maybe a bit of coin will come in handy. And I must admit, I'm also somewhat curious about your presence. Years have passed since one of your kind set foot in the village. Not anymore. It's been years since I last went hunting. Not that I don't want to. When you've spent as much time in the wilderness as I have, it becomes a part of you. But I just can't do it anymore. That I am. I could still outrun a deer if I had to, but it's not about my age. If I went hunting, I might end up falling prey to the hunger. Has anyone ever told you about... That's right. It's not an empty stomach. It's more like a state of mind. It's what happens to Sven hunters who spend too much time in the local woods. During long hunts, they soak up a bit of the weirdness. Not much, just a little trace. Not even enough to make you dizzy. But over the years they turn violent, start attacking their own. In the end, they're a threat to the whole tribe. That's when they're cast out into the woods, and the rest of the hunters begin a ritual hunt to free them of the hunger and give them a good death. Aye, and it's not unfounded. The hunger awoke in my own brother. No, nobody knew what was happening except us. One day he came back from a hunt. I looked him in the eyes, and I just knew. He never came back from the next one. He didn't want to force the tribe to hunt him. Didn't want to force me to hunt him. I doubt you'd be able to find my brother after all this time. Besides, the ritual hunt needs the mask of the Huntmaster. It's kept in the barrow of the Horned Shadow, where we lay our fallen hunters to rest. By wearing it, the leader of the hunt is supposed to gain the strength, agility, and experience of the hunters who came. That would mean a lot to me. I doubt Svalric could still get a good death, but at least he could have the last hunt, even if it's just symbolic. You'd still need the mask, and the barrow's a dangerous place. It's been abandoned for years, so I'm sure it's crawling with all kind. Are you sure you want to risk your... You've got the courage of a hunter. I can see that clear. Go on then, but be careful. Safe travels. Leave the crows hungry.
And who might you be? Are you the messenger of the Stagfather, the one Glirna foretold? If she's right for once, well, that'd be a first. You're a little late, by the... Can't you see? I won't speak of it further. Not with outsiders. See this? One of those bodies belongs to my son, Jens. He fought bravely, to the very end. May the ancestors grant him a place at their table. It's a damn shame his god failed him. You just had to be stubborn, didn't you, kid? Hey, no point wasting breath. What's done is done. Most of the swine tribe... perhaps that's for the best. The last thing we need is another self-proclaimed prophet causing trouble. As you can see, I've got enough on my plate. I'm Barlam, the chieftain. Welcome to the Svinelands, with a tribe that's just ceased to exist. Let me guess. He wants to call the moot. He's been trying for years, and every time I've had to refuse. Not because I want to. I know the moot is sacred law. But above that law is my duty to protect the tribe. And as you can see, I've failed. The Svine tribe is gone. Not having a tribe is what's holding me back. Can you turn back time? Bring my people back to life? No? That's what I thought. I don't know you. And if Gerfan thinks I'll trust someone from outside the tribes on his word alone. But I do have a solution. Find Kjell. If she vouches for you, I'll honor the voice of the tribe's request. And I'll let you help us, if that's even possible. She should be nearby. She'll have a task for you, something to prove you can be trusted. Once that's done, meet me here. Maybe then I'll share something.
You picked a damned bad time to show your face here. Outsiders in the village are rarely good news. But now, after what happened, don't you think we have enough trouble? Sure, that's what all outsiders say, until trouble finds them. Anyway, watch yourself. One wrong move, and you'll have more than just me to deal with. Our whole village will be on you. What do you want? Well then, the two of you aren't talking. I don't know you, and I'm not vouching for you. The sooner you leave the village, the better. For you, and for... Wait, hold on. There is one thing you could help me with. One of our hunters went to the cave nearby, and hasn't returned. With everything that happened here, I forgot all about him. If you want to prove yourself, find out what happened to him. And don't come back empty-handed. Good. No need to linger.
yet!
What do you want? What? You went to the bottomless cave? And you made it out alive? That's impossible! It would have torn you apart in an instant. There is no missing hunter. I sent you to the bottomless cave because I was hoping to get rid of you. But now that you managed to make it out alive, I have to admit I'm impressed. I'm the best huntress here, and even I have respect for that place. I don't dare set foot in those parts. Go talk to Barlam, our chieftain. He'll probably find some use for you. I can't tell you more than that. Barlam will decide what you need to know. Break a leg, or both.
You're here to speak with Grail now? Yes? Oh, thank you so much. I don't know if our tribe will stay here, but even if we don't, there will still be my mark on this place. Proof that I existed, that I wasn't just a dream. This is for you. I know it's not enough. Not for what you've done for me. I can only promise I will not forget your kindness. You're willing to help us even further. That is unexpected. All right. The corruption that struck my tree, it spread further, carried by the Stagfather's worshippers. The forest weeps blood. It bears the same but it turns out that even... No, right now it would be pointless. They grow like weeds, and they won't stop until the forest returns to balance. But they do produce a resin I could use to heal the wound. Bring me some, and I'll give you a recipe. To think the Stagfather worshippers brought ruin to us, and yet, unwittingly, they also helped create our salvation. Leona taught me that there is balance in all things. I suppose she wasn't wrong. Thank you, outsider. You've helped say, may it serve you well.
Kill you, maybe. But the fact that you're still breathing only proves your strength and your determination. You survived Kjell's trial, which means you've proven yourself worthy of knowing what we're up against. The Stagfather happened. A bunch of fanatics called him into this world. They claimed that when he arrived, he would devour everyone, then choose his own and grant them their rightful place in the afterlife. You can see how well that turned out. And that's how the story of the Svine tribe ends. I doubt we'll ever recover from this. He is our most important god, the one we worshipped in the homelands. And we brought him here with us. He watched over us, blessed us with an abundance of game. In return, he had our unwavering devotion. But, as it often happens, some became blindly devoted, while others began to doubt. And the first group decided that the rest were unworthy of the Stagfather's grace. So they set him loose, to kill the entire tribe. The faithful joined him. The unbelievers were slaughtered. One of ours, Gudri, did something completely suicidal. with the help of our shamaness. He accepted the god into his body and is trying to keep him contained. But he's growing weaker by the day. We don't have much time before the Stagfather breaks loose again. And trust me, mixing the old gods with the weirdness thickening in these lands is the worst possible combination. We have to act quickly, although I have no idea where to even start. Out of the question. If we don't deal with the Stagfather, what happened here will happen to the rest of the Forlorn Swords. And the only thing that's happened so far is you proving you don't bow to fear, and that you know how to handle a weapon. Now, I need someone willing to help the Svine tribe. Well, that's a good question. Because I have no idea. All I know is that we need to find a way to get rid of the Stagfather once and for all. Gudry won't be able to hold on much longer. And when he gives up, we're all lost. Go find Glirna. She must know something. She's the shamaness serving the damn thing, and somehow she's keeping Gudry alive. We may not like each other, but I know Glirna isn't a fanatic. She owes as much to her own tribe as she does to the Stagfather. If you need to get ready, go see Hjarn. He'll help you with your gear. There's still the cook, Sagar. You could talk to him too. You can sleep in any of the empty houses. I'm sure their previous owners won't mind. Glirma is our old soothsayer. Very old. When I was a kid, that hag was already as wrinkled as an apple, forgotten in the storehouse for 3 winters. But fate has tangled our paths. And we have no choice but to work together. The fate of the tribe is more important than our petty squabbles.
Yes, in the homelands. I thought we could leave him there, but he escaped to Avalon. He took on human form, or rather he used one of his followers as a vessel. It was only when he sensed that Nimue, Merlin's apprentice, had discovered his true nature that he revealed his real form. The beast grew to the size of a mountain, striding toward the temple his followers had built for him deep in the woods. I dread to think what would have happened if he'd made it there. We barely managed to bring him down, and clearly, not completely. I outlawed the Stagfather's cult, but I see that 6 centuries later, it's still around, and surprisingly, among the Dalrita as well. I thought they worshipped only Mathea.
forest whispered. The fire screamed. The bones agreed. And at last, here you are, just in time. The horned god told me, before hatred blinded him. He said your paths would cross, that you would bring redemption or ruin. In my dreams, I hear the crack of seals and snapping bones. The horned god, cursed with pain and blood, tears at the bonds I used to bind him. The earth trembles with his fury. Can you feel it? Soon, he will break free. And then we shall pay for calling him with blood, not faith. He cannot be healed. He will not forgive us. But I can try to keep him bound by will, by bone, and by blood. To do that, I need a fragment of his original self, the first trophy. The skull of the first stag ever hunted and offered in sacrifice to the horned god. It will remind him of who he once was. Bind his essence to the first offering, one made out of reverence, not fear. It may hold him in the unrealm of the hunt, long enough for me to complete the rite that will seal him there. It's hidden, tied to the places where we once worshipped the horned god. 3 shrines, as old as the forest itself. But now, they must be destroyed. Each one is guarded by a servant of ancient memory. Kill them. Cast down what still remains upon their altars. Once all 3 fall, the 4th shrine, hidden and forgotten, will reveal itself. The first trophy waits there. Go, but be warned. The shrines are no longer sacred. They're fouled by hatred, and the guardians who watch over them do not rest. Yes, Gudri, who took the horned, he reached for blood and bone, and let me turn his body and soul into a vessel for the... I sealed it with wards, like a cage of thorns. And when that happened, if you want to bind a god, you don't... you use everything. Old songs stolen from the dead, runes slick with black. The horned god in his hate-twisted form was a nightmare that came to devour us all. The finest warriors of the spine, the pride of our... my disciples, my sons and daughters. After the Gunvalda massacre, I and the others who served the horned god could not bear the shame. The most devout called upon the old powers, out of grief, out of rage, but without reverence or... And he did. Not as a guardian. They opened a door, and I gave them the key. I didn't think they'd reach so deep into the dark. By the time I saw what they were doing, the earth was already soaked in... Until we meet